3. So I had a big cassette tape. You feel me?
So he probably gave him like 75%.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And it was and Dr. Dre have a conversation, or to see Mike Dean and Rick Rubin have a conversation. It was just me, Mike Dean, and Rick Rubin in the room.
Alright, this is what I want to do. How this go about with that.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. You ain't right there. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Tim Check.
Let me say what's up. You know, Dana Montana, big gatekeeper shit.
Hey, yo. Basically that, you know, like, I was a hooper, so I was always getting the M1 tapes, right? But my brother was always getting the Smack DVDs, you know? So, like,
man, out here supporting Michigan Battle Rap, man. Ask you questions for them.
You respect me like this book. Nigga, I've been doing this shit. What you guys done with me, man, cuz? You know what I'm saying? Like,
You ain't told me he was going to be secluded in there with me.
I thought I went to rap. She came back with you. Nah. She came back with you.
When I first saw it, I was like, okay, cool, I like the name. So I feel like he was slow to start.
Yeah, mama told me you that nigga, you the best, better tell yourself. Been a star like Dragon Balls, like Kid Gohan, had to tell myself. Pootie Tang, I'ma up my belt, this no Ezel, better watch your step. Shots will put you to sleep like Steph, like helium, nigga, better catch your breath. Then you inhale, get smoke to the sky like a chemtrail. I sit with a hawk like I'm Denzel, you niggas get smoked like a pigtail. You been shell, nigga get well, free willing my nigga, I been well. I bury my demons like Wendell, I'm marking myself like a Van Mel. You niggas ain't getting the intel, I'm dangerous, nigga. I done seen the ups and downs with the lamest, nigga. You can give a nigga your last, they still gon' find a way to blame a nigga. Condemn my eyes like Genghis, nigga, why aim to differ? Clear the scene like drain the rivers, it's clear to see you stained the picture. Had 0 bucks like Damon.
Gotta be the end of the world for God to come back. But we don't need you now, you old you. You can't treat me like I'm local, I'm global. You think I came to play? Cause this is for the pro? All them years you ducked Billy, he would've wanted me to smoke. You put, hey, back. All them years you ducked.
At a time when everybody claims king, you have to protect your throne, or your crown can be sieged. November 15th, Roselle, New Jersey. Crown siege. November 15th, Roselle, New Jersey. Only one can be victorious. It's wartime.
This Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Spot Shot 'em pulls up to the Commissioner's Corner for an exclusive interview with Joey 9 and F. Dot. Tune in as we chop it up about his upcoming battle rap event, managing battle rappers in today's climate, and much more. The Commission.
Yo, welcome to the Commissioner's Corner. I'm your host, Joey 9. I have with me
After Queen Athlete TV, subscribe to my channel.
Make sure you tap in. We got a dope interview for y'all lined up tonight. Matter of fact, we gonna skip all the, extracurriculars, and we gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna bring the homie up. We got Spot Shot him in the building. What's the
Yeah.
word, gang?
What's going on with you, bro? What's going on after? How y'all feeling tonight?
What's up? What's up?
Yo, look,
I
I'm gonna
can't
give
complain.
I'm gonna give you the floor, right? I'm gonna let you give yourself, you know what I mean, the proper intro.
All right, man. Y'all already know Spot Shot him. Too much multimedia. Get shot on purpose. We put down the guns and we picked up cameras. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. You know. Let's get to it. What you want to talk about, man?
Man. Let's get to it, yo. So
I'm sitting on my porch. So if you see me swinging, that's because I live in the woods. So it's all type of rabbit bugs and mosquitoes and there's wild animals out
bro,
here.
look, man,
So.
I feel it. That's how it is. When you walk outside, it be praying mantises and deers and shit.
Yeah.
It's good
I
living.
just hope the bear don't come out right now, because then I'm gonna have to get up and run.
Oh yeah, fuck all that. Yeah, the interview over.
It's bears in my backyard. Yeah, it's bears in my backyard. The bear is the only thing that can stop. Well, the skunks don't really come out right now. They don't come out right now, so we good.
That's different. Okay, that's different.
Look, we don't know nothing about none of that, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we just see deer. Okay,
might see some squirrels.
Deers are cool. I got a whole family of deer in my backyard. They cool. I ain't even.
They be chilling. You feel
that's
me?
it.
But right.
And the rabbits is crazy. It's like 90 rabbits.
I think we do got raccoons though. I've seen raccoons before.
Yeah. See, out here they hunt, so a lot of the animals get low. You know what I'm saying? Because they hunt out here, they hunt deer and bear and all that stuff. So.
Right.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I'm having turkeys and everything. I'm gonna send y'all a video. I'll be having turkeys, a family of turkeys in my backyard, all that.
That's fire.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, yo. So look, let's start here. So let's start with telling the people where you from, man.
Jersey, big Jersey. Yeah, born and raised. I'm from Jersey, Jersey City to be specific.
Okay.
Been there all my life. I'm a little older than most people, and they kind of don't really believe me till I show them my ID. But I'm in my 40s, so I've been around for a little minute, and I've seen some stuff. So like, I'm not new to hip hop. I'm not new to battle rap. I'm not new to any of this. The newest thing I added was the camera, because anybody that's artistic, art forms in many ways. You could write, rap, sing, draw. It's all different forms. So photographer is one of the best artists out there. So I was like, I tried to broaden my horizon, and I tried to teach myself the camera side of things, just to kind of be all around well-rounded.
All right, so let's take it back to Jersey. What was it like growing up here?
Interesting. So, I'm from a section of
And
Jersey City.
I'm interested in this, right? Because I'm from Baltimore. She's from Baltimore, right? But I got family that's from Jersey.
Yeah.
I mean, I got homeboys that's from Jersey, and we not too far apart in age.
Baltimore's a
I
hot
know what
skip
it
and a
was like.
jump.
Yeah, I want to hear this. I want to hear this Jersey City story, because
Jersey
City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Jersey City. So
it ain't too far from Newark, but everything like.
Oh, we 5 minutes away from Newark. We're across the bridge.
Okay,
the bridge separates Jersey City and Newark. We neighbors.
Okay,
it's a bridge, right? So, so boom. Growing up in Jersey City, without incriminating anything, yeah, I'm from the era where, like, not to glorify none of the street stuff, but like, it was a lot of like the gangs and all that, like, really kind of just started in my era. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of came out. So that hit like crack in the 80s. You know what I mean? So like, back in the day, if I go like to my younger years, like, I grew up in the house. Like, people know my background. I'm adopted. You know what I mean? So I grew up with an adopted family, right? So you see my complexion. I'm light skinned, right? But I'm Puerto Rican and black. Like, my father's Puerto Rican, my mother's black. But my family that raised me, I'm talking about, they black. Like, you know what I mean? South Carolina black, right? So I'm just like the sore thumb sticking out in the house, right? The little white boy running around and shit like that, right? But it's all good. I love everything about it. So I grew up in a section of Jersey City called the Hill. You know what I mean? Like, Jersey City got a few different sections. Like most towns, you got South Philly, North. You got probably East Baltimore, or like, your sections. You know what I mean? So we got sections. So I grew up on the Hill. That's like the block area. There's a lot of projects in Jersey City that that was prevalent growing up in my era, that was doing a lot of damage in the streets and stuff like that. So I come from like the block area, like it's just consecutive blocks. It's called the Hill or whatever. And it's like almost like any other area, man. We had everything. But I ain't gonna sit here and make it seem like I grew up piss poor poverty, because that's not my story. Like, my family had paper. I'm gonna tell the truth. Like, I was the first person in my neighborhood to have a computer. Like, I had every game system growing up. I had Jordans. I had all that shit. And I ain't gonna sit here and sing the broke kid story because that wasn't my story. But I also lived with a family full of go-getters. You know what I'm saying? My older sister, she worked. My other sister did hair. My mother did hair. She ran a beauty salon out the basement. You know what I mean? So I grew up seeing people put work in. You know what I mean? I had some other family members that was into other things, so I seen that too. You know what I mean? So I kind of saw a little bit. I seen somebody who punched the clock every day. I saw that life growing up. I saw the streets. I saw the independent hustle. My mother did hair. Saturday and Sunday, clicking. You know, she got the customers running. The whole basement was literally a beauty salon, not like no makeshift, like a
You
real
saw that you got
full blown,
options.
right. So, you know, I didn't want to do hair, but I just saw the hustle my mom's had,
Right.
you know what I mean, as an
Exactly.
older woman, you know what I mean? So, because when she got me, you know, I was 3. Her 2 children were already in their 40s. You know, so she was an older woman when she got me. You know what I mean? So she had 2 daughters. She wanted a son. So, you know, it worked out for everybody. And, you know, I grew up in Jersey City like that. So fast forward, you know, I did the basketball thing and, you know, I had the hoop dreams and all of that. Like 6th, 7th grade. I was pretty decent. I was actually playing basketball the other day. You know, I ran 5 games the other day. We went 4-1. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Everybody I know from Jersey is some type of athlete, bro.
Well,
They all do something.
we all like to think we are.
Yeah, yo, but y'all got
We
that
all
big
like to
ass
think we are.
sportsplex out there too, yo.
Yeah, we got a little bit of everything. Jersey, believe it or not, it's very small, but we got a little bit of everything here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
Jersey City, especially like Jersey City, is a very diverse city. Like you can find almost anything you want in Jersey City without leaving Jersey City. You know what I mean? I mean anything. So like I said, back to the growing up area, I was cool. I played sports. I started my mom was big into church. I used to go to church and stuff like that. So I used to sing in the choir when I was young. Then like around 6th or 7th grade, you know, I was like, Ma, I ain't really trying to do that no more. So she didn't force me to go. So I kind of fell back off the church stuff and started. I was writing poetry. I had this teacher that's to kind of convince me to write a lot because one day I was mad at something other than I was writing in my book, and she was like, "Can I read it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." And I didn't even think it was a poem, to be honest. But you know, she convinced me that I was a poet. You know what I mean? So I started writing a lot more often. Nah, I got to give Miss Pappas credit. You know what I mean? Because she kind of opened my eyes to being creative without being frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of started my journey of writing. So I had a few of my homeboys that were older than me, and like I was in the 6th, 7th grade, they was in 8th, some of them were freshmen. And one day, we was just out there chilling, playing ball, and I was like, "Yo, I wrote this poem," and I was like saying it to them, and they was like, "Bro, that's a rap." And I'm like, "Man, I ain't no rapper." They're like, "Bro, that's a rap," and they was like beatboxing and like, "Yo," like so they kind on
Say
the
it
block.
then.
I kind of learned how to flow. Like they like, "Nah, bro, you can rap. You just got to learn how to put it to the beat." So that journey started. And then, you know, I thought I was gonna be the next, you know, Nas or some shit like that. So I went through the whole rapper phase. That kind of went through high school. Um, and then in my high school years, I'm talking about the '90s. You know, what I mean, like
What was
the
your
latter
rap name in
'90s.
high school, Spot? We're not gonna
Oh,
skip past it.
my name is my name to this day. They call me Spotlight, but most people just call me Spot. But yeah, I was always Spotlight, but they just call me Spot. So Spot Shot'em is just a play on, you know, things I used to do to what I'm doing now. So my name is not Spot Shot'em. That's just like a Twitter handle. My name is Spotlight, but everybody that know me just call me Spot. You know what I mean? So, and they kill me because they don't even say Spot. They like Spot 'em. And I'm like, my name's not Spot 'em. Like, stop calling me Spot 'em. Like, yo, just say Spot. It's so much easier just to say Spot. Like, hey, Spot, cool. Like, just call me Spot. So, you know, I did the little rapper thing. I did the battle thing. So not to fast forward because the rapper thing kind of leads into the battle thing. So before like Smack and all of them, like in Jersey City, we got a big music scene. It's a lot of hip hop going on. You know, anybody know anything about Jersey City? We got some legendary people from there, right? So there was like local things I used to see as far as like people from my neighborhood that was doing like battle rap and stuff. So like I kind of got introduced to it on the street side, you know, going down the block, and it was block ciphers and it's 20 rappers out there and they just 2 people just going back and forth and it's a battle. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't structured per se how today's battle is, where it's like you
Right.
rapping directly at the person, but it was the same concept. Like we gonna go to either you run out of bars or I'm gonna run out of bars, and you know shit like that. So you know, then it kind of got more into the Fight Club style battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So I was around for all that era, man. I remember, you know, Serious Jones back in the day. I bumped into him some time ago back in Newark. Lady Lux used to be out there selling mixtapes and things like that. I never met Arsenal in person, but you know, he's a little younger. But I do remember when he was coming through King College, setting shit on fire, rapping. He had the college scene going crazy. I do remember that run. You know what I mean? So, you know, I've been around for a minute. Free Fetty Wap, you know, that's my little Brody. I was moving around with him a little bit, did some shows with him. So, you know, I've been around a little bit. He probably won't admit it, but even me and Buttons, we had a couple of freestyle ciphers in the park. Um, it went on a couple of hours. It was about 6 or 7 of us out there, so it was a lot of rappers. And
Right.
I'm from that era, man. Like you had to have bars, man, and it was like you got to have them right now. So you know, the battle rap scene today kind of it brings back that vibe for me. Like I just love hearing the bars. I could do without a lot of the other stuff, you know, like the
Right.
personals and all that. That's not my cup of tea. But you know,
Right.
in modern days, it's kind of more like WWE. So all the extra theatric is kind of what they want nowadays. I mean, I guess so. You know, it's like a soap opera for sure. Like you know, the way they got it now. But yeah, but Jersey City is probably just a smaller version of Baltimore, man. To be honest, like the same things, man. We just got different accents and we just say things different and we call our sneakers by different names, but we do the same shit, bro. It ain't no different than what the average person went through. I'm just not gonna lie and say it like I was the struggle kid in the projects because I wasn't. My shit was clean. I always been a clean kid. Like, you know, I never was a snot nosed kid. And
Right.
everybody on my block, you know, we can come to my house, you can eat. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, yeah, you seem to be closer to my age, Joey. Like when the Undertaker and Stone Cold was the top dog. Like I ordered pay-per-views, man. We going to watch the wrestling event in my
Right.
crib. Like my family was kind of like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you know, I had a lot of love growing up in the hood, man. It was fun. You know, we did our fair share of knucklehead shit. You know, whatever. But nothing too
I
crazy,
got
man.
my moms to order me a couple little wrestling pay-per-views. I watched them in my room by myself though, because they wasn't into that shit.
Nah,
But when
see,
it
my
came,
block, we was heavy. We was heavy
see,
into it.
they ain't really, you
We
know
used
what I
to
mean? Like
wrestle
when
each other. We damn near killed each other thinking we was
no, like the
Macho
kids was
Man
with
and
it and shit and all of that. But in my household, and it's still true to this day, for real, it's all about boxing, Like they love boxing in my family.
right.
It's throwing hands. I remember watching every major fight in the 90s, bro, with somebody in my family somewhere, or at my mom's crib or my uncle's crib or something. You feel me? It's
They
always a
did
fight
do the
going on.
boxing in my crib. They did it. I know like it was just like all the old heads. They was drinking, smoking mad cigarettes. So I just played my room and mind my business. So I never really like watched it with them because they was doing their adult time. So you know, I
Right.
stayed in my
This the
lane.
thing. My family would do the boxing, but they would do it over other people's houses. So we would never
Like a
like,
fight night. Right. So you wasn't involved with it. You ain't see it.
yeah. So they would leave us in the house. You feel what I'm saying?
That's the fucked up part because my mom was considered, you know what I mean, she was kind of young. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like my mom was probably like 19, 20 when she had me. So whatever she did, for the most part, I was able to be around. It's not like, you feel me,
Right.
they was smoking in your face and all of that. You feel me? Somebody want to smoke you over there. Let's, you know, they smoked cigarettes in your face back then. They ain't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
back then smoking cigarettes was
Back
regular.
then, smoking was normal. Like I remember my grandma was smoking in the mall. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she'd
they
take
used to
smoke
smoke
breaks from
everywhere.
shopping, nigga. Like in the mall.
Right. Smoking everywhere. You in the car, you get in that car, you getting smoked out.
You get
They just
all that
smoking them
secondhand
cigarettes.
smoke. I mean,
Yeah,
you
my
know what I
people's
mean?
didn't
But
smoke.
yeah, but as far as the fight and them drinking and sitting around and all that, the kids was right there. We was sitting there watching the fights, all of that.
Yeah, we wasn't.
But that's when people like we did stuff as a family more.
Right. It was a
One
little more
TV in the
family
house. You
orientated.
feel me?
Fish
Yeah.
fries, you know, Friday, everybody eating fish, card games, you know, all that type of time.
Oh, facts. All right, let's get back to it. Though.
Yep.
So, all right, I know what the answer to this question is going to be, but I still want to touch on it a little bit. You feel me? What's some of the early memories you have of hip hop? You feel me? Like some of the first songs you remember. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah,
for
like
me, so I had a great situation, right? So and like when I was younger, I shared a room with my cousin, Like he's like my big brother, cousin slash dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got me by like 9, 10 years. So there was a big enough age gap where I looked up to him. You know what I mean? So I remember him with the LL Cool J and the Big Daddy King. Like that's his era. I was a little young, but I remember him listening to it. So I was like, I'm trying to listen to what he listened to. You know what I'm saying? So when I got old enough to like have my own musical taste, say now we thinking like 95, 96ish, like now that's like a turning point in hip hop too, because now you got like Wu-Tang, Biggie, all of that's out. So he was kind of like he was more like into Mobb Deep, you know what I mean? He was into MOP. You know, he liked a lot, so he listened to a lot of that, you know, and I kind of gravitated more towards like I was a huge Cannabis fan, you know what I mean? Like so I gravitated towards Cannabis when he dropped like 96 summer. He came out in summer 96. I had his DMX versus Cannabis mixtape. I don't know if I don't remember who I got it from. It
Remember
was like
that?
one side was like all DMX
Yeah.
freestyles and the other side was all Cannabis freestyles.
Cannabis.
And I was into like so that's like what got me into like bar heavy material and like DMX was a character to me. So it was like, all right, you can have different, you know, like I was kind of catching on to that, you know what I mean? Then
Right.
you got your Busta Rhymes, he was out already at the time too, a character type person. So I was intrigued by like the art form. Like these dudes is creative as hell with words and the way they look and how they project their voice and things of that nature. So I've always been a fan of the different style people, you know me, but like all in all, like Nas is my favorite artist of all time. You know what I mean? So I'm a huge Nas fan. I got every Nas album ever came out and things like that. So I've always been a Nas fan. Nothing against Jay, love Big, love Pac, all them guys. Just I don't know, Nas.
Yo, look,
I just
look,
like
look. Growing up, I was always torn because I definitely rode, you know what I mean, the whole fan wave of Pac and shit. You know what I mean, for a while. You feel me? Like my uncles was real big West Coast music
Pac heads.
fans.
Yeah.
So they introduced me to that, you feel me, that sound, and I fell in love with that sound, you feel me, like that G-Funk era, you know what I mean, like the whole Chronic sound, the whole Doggy Style sound, you feel me? So when Pac dropped All Eyes on Me, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. You threw Pac over the Dre beats? Like, dang, like, you know what I mean? Like it was,
yeah, you know, New Yorkers always sound good on Dre beats.
you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's why, you know what I mean? And Corrupt a Philly nigga, you feel me? So that
East
shit
Coast dudes
is
always sound good, you know, on the West Coast beat. So, you know, that makes sense to me.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was the instruments and it was all, you feel me? Like, of course, I grew up on the whole East Coast sound, the whole New York sound. You feel me? Like, for me, Nas was always my favorite rapper. You know, like, and that's something that never really changed. Like, if you asked me to be 100, it was like, oh, Joe, yo, who rap better between Nas and Pac? I'm like, come on, yo, like, we not, come on.
Don't ask me no question like that.
You feel me? Like, come on, son. Like, you already know the answer, but it was the character. You feel me? Like you said, it was the character. It was the everything else that came with the person. You know what I mean? Like, and I think 50 embellished that too, because 50 learned how to not be the best rapper in the world, but know how to paint a picture and still give you that character that you needed. And he knew how to do this. You know what I mean? He knew how to talk. So
yeah, he definitely knew how to maneuver. That's definitely a skill set that he has mastered. And you know, everybody can't do it the way 50 did it, man. You gotta salute that man. He did something that people try to do time and time again, and you know, he figured it out. Right.
Yeah.
He figured it out. Now he's doing it on the show level, like he just elevated. So it's like he just goes to show, even when people thought he was down, when the music wasn't hitting for him, and everybody thought the money was funny, he popped back up, and the grind don't stop. You know what I mean? So I respect the hustle in him, whether or not if I was a fan of his music or not. You know, you gotta respect the hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I just heard that he got paid in full. You feel what I'm saying? He about to turn into a series, and I think that's fucking dope.
I see something about that. Like,
he about to do what?
He about to
he about to make Paid in Full a show?
Yeah.
So he done paid some people and got some things cleared.
Bro, I don't care whatever 50 Cent put on TV, bro, I'm watching it.
I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? I was a little slow to catch on the Power. Like, at first, you could not get me to watch Power, yo. Now I'm watching everything. That BMF, all that shit.
Yeah, my wife was on it. She was like, "You gotta watch it." I'm like, "I don't want to watch it." I started, then I stopped, and I kind of like was like, "I'm not gonna finish it." And she's like, "I'm telling you, it got good." And then she into the spinoffs, and she was watching Raising Cane, and I'm like, "What they talking about over there?"
Raising Cane in the one, yo.
I finally started. I jumped back into it, and I did watch the Raising. Which one got Mary J. Blige? Power Book 2?
That's the one with Tariq.
Yeah, now that's she was watching that one. That one's kind of fire.
We just call that Tariq, yo. You like
that one's kind of fire. The one with Mary J. Blige is fire. Ain't that like Power Book 2 or something like that?
Yeah, Power Book 2.
We don't know it like that, yo. We know Power, You got Tariq. You got Kanan. You
No, it's
got
comic book
Tommy
people.
Tommy
Show.
got a
You
show,
feel?
yeah.
Yeah, you
Tommy
got
got a show. I
Tommy.
ain't
That's what
watched
we
that
call. We
yet.
call him by the character name. We don't know which
Yeah,
book is
yeah.
what.
I
no
ain't
more,
watched.
yo.
I ain't watched Tommy and none of them. I
I
definitely
don't
watched the
like
Tariq.
Tommy.
I watched the
Yeah,
Tariq for sure, and I know the
yeah.
Raising Canaan
Tariq
one. I
Show.
think I
That's
seen 1 or 2, but the one with Mary J. Blige is the one. That's the fire
yeah.
one right
Tariq
there.
Show is definitely like the soap opera show. Like that's like
That was right.
that's that shit my grandmother and them be watching. You know,
BMF
with
good
Victor and
too.
them, and people don't die and shit, and they come.
Yeah, General
That's that
Hospital
power.
and all that. Yeah.
BMF is good too.
BMF was fire, and
I
I don't know
started. I
what.
didn't finish it. I stopped at. I forgot where I stopped at, but I don't even remember where I stopped. I just never went back to it.
Yeah, it kind of lost you. It kind of lost me for a second
And
too.
then
But
I started knowing what was going on because everybody kept talking
right,
about it online. So I was like, all right, I'm
exactly.
over it. Same thing happened with Snowfall. I watched majority of it, and I
That shit was
stopped.
good.
I
Yep.
stopped. I didn't go back, and then so many people talked about it. I was like, all right, I don't want to see it
You
anymore.
already know what happened now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
All
I
right.
stopped. I stopped right when he started tweaking at the projects. When the uncle went and had the tweak on him at the projects, the Dust Head homie.
Uh-huh.
I stopped right when Jerome went and shot that up. That's like the last episode I watched.
Damn.
That's crazy.
All right, so what was your intro to Battle Rap? Now,
So, how I got brought back to it. Funny story. So, I produce, I engineer. My wife sings. So we was doing like the music thing. I got like, it's not set up now because I had to do some work there, but I got like a full studio and all of that. So one day I was like, damn man, like I'm like making beats wasn't fun anymore. Like I like to do the mix downs, like the engineering side more, but it was like I was just getting bored. So I'm like, I'm gonna buy a camera and start taking pictures. So I had got some. I knew a few videographers, some guys who was already in the trade that did that, and I was talking to them like, what should I get? You know, Camera Wars and Canon versus Sony, Nikon, and all that. And I settled on the camera and I bought the camera and me, I just started in the house taking pictures of my daughters, taking pictures of my wife, my son, and things like that. And I was like, all right, let me make a social media for it. Let me just promote it. Let me just get the ball rolling with it. And I never had a Twitter. I never really did Twitter. And my little brother was like, bro, you gotta get on Twitter, bro. If you're trying to get motion with the camera and stuff, bro, just get on Twitter. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I get on Twitter and I'm like following like Nas and some producers and some basketball players. And Chef Trez pops up on my thing. So I'm like, oh, Chef Trez, I remember something. So I follow him. And then now like all these the battle rap community people start popping up in my suggestions. I'm brand new to it. I got 0 followers, anything. So I'm just start following random people. So I hit Trez. Yo, what's going on, bro? I remember you, blah, 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 blah. And he had like just dropped like a freestyle or something. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna send you some beats. Let's do some music. I ain't even was on no battle shit, right? And he just hit me back like 2-3 days later. Like, what's going on, Brody? How you? So we talking or whatever. And then I forgot who else. He followed me back. And then when he followed me back, other people started following me, but it was all like battle rap culture people. So boom, like now I'm promoting I'm like promoting some graphic work and some picture work and stuff like that. And I seen the flyer for Rum Nitty verse Appa 42-2 I battle. So I see the flyer and I'm like, damn. I knew who Rum Nitty was. Obviously, I was unfamiliar with who Appa was. And I'm like, oh, this is fire. This is in Staten Island. At the time, I lived 15 minutes from Staten Island. So I'm like, oh, I should go here and see if they let me take some pictures, right? So I start reaching out to people. I'm like, yo, who do I talk to? Who runs this over there? Like, dude, Lex Luthor. I'm like, the battle rapper? The Spanish kid from, like, back in the day, they're like, yeah, he owns the league now. I'm like, okay, I remember seeing him in the battle market, 2011-ish, 12-ish, right? When I came home from my little vacation or whatever. So I reach out to him. I hit him up on Twitter. And he's like, yeah, bro, pull up. You can bring the camera. You can take pictures. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. Like, pull up. So I pulled up. I was like the first person there. I'm very punctual. So I get there. I'm standing on line. It's raining. I got all my equipment outside. But it was like a little legs thing, right? They pull up. They let us in the venue. And, like, that was the first event I took a picture in was 42-2, Rum Nitty vs. Appa. That was like 2, maybe 3 years ago. I forget when. So, like, as far as me doing anything in battle rap, that was the first time. So, like, I was doing pictures, and at the time, like, by the time I purchased the camera and by the time I went there, I figured out the video side. So I was like filming the battles, I was making little clips and things like that. At iBattle, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna come back again and do another one. He was like, all right, cool. So every time I seen the iBattle flyer, I would just go to Staten Island and just rock with them, right? So now like I'm seeing the movement. Now like more people follow me. I'm talking to different people. Shit's moving a little quicker now. So I'm like, all right, let me do something a little different. So I reached out to some other people, and I got another situation where I went and did some work. So now in the process of doing these iBattle events, I've realized I don't really like taking pictures. I like the video side. I like to film and edit the video. So now I'm like, I sold the camera I had, which was kind of heavy on the picture side, a little less on the video side, and I got some video cameras, like cameras more geared for heavy recording and things like that. Because I kind of see by doing the event, now I know what I want to do. I want to film them. I don't want to take pictures in the event. I want to film. So I kind of figured all that out doing the iBattle events. Shout out to iBattle over Lex and them over there. Eddie Yah, I remember Eddie Yah first grabbed the camera he got now. Me and him was doing an event and we was talking. I convinced him, like, bro, get this camera here, get the camera here. And like 2 weeks later, he hit me like, bro, I got it. And look, Eddie Yah got them iBattle events looking like full movies now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Eddie Yah and them over there, iBattle. So that was my first intro to it, and it kind of just snowballed. I just started maneuvering my way through because I know how I do what I do, and I started talking to people, and it just kind of went from there. I linked up with Kenny, and I did a couple of TBL events. I did like 2 events with Easy in the start. I did a couple of Gates events, which I'm aware of. I did 2 Brick events. That's actually where I met y'all through the Brick events first. Before I met y'all at the Gates events was when I did the 2 Brick events, the one in December and the one in March. And then they kind of just took off from there. So you figure in a 3-year span, I went from volunteering to do something at iBattle to now it's like I just did a collaboration with TBL, did Apollo this year, and we did Point Proven this year, and you know what I'm saying, like, so I said all that to say, you know, when you know how to maneuver, and not saying like in no like braggadocious type of way, I'm just saying like once I understood what I wanted to do, I set a plan in motion and I just went to work. That's really what I'm saying. Like, okay, I want to be a videographer. I can do this. And it's not just battle rap. I offer videography services for a bunch of different things. I film corporate stuff for the company I work for. I do stuff for them as well. So that's why the name of the company is Too Much Multimedia, because I do a little bit of everything. And when I do it too much. That's my kids and my wife, they were saying, you do too much. You're doing too much. So that's really where the name came from. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it ain't got no mythological meaning to it. It's just something that's real to me. You know what I'm saying? And,
Okay.
you know, so I hear it all the time. I'm doing too much. So, all right, that's the name of the company now. You know what I mean? So, and that's why it's a multimedia company and not a battle league. So I hate when people are like, oh, you're a battle league owner. I can't identify as that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I work with TBL. That's the family. And people might attach me to them in that sense, but you know what I'm saying? But like they built that house up 10 years in the making.
Well, that's the thing. Once you start throwing events and you put your tag on it, it don't matter if, you know what I mean, you're a ketchup company. You feel me? Like you could be
But all right,
Heinz
so let me ask you a
ketchup.
question. Right? Now let me
No, I'm
ask
just
you a
saying, like
question.
that's what people gonna look at it as. You feel
So
me?
was RBE a league or a platform?
It's a platform where people look at it like it was a league at some point, especially once they had
I'm no
roster.
different. I'm no different than I'm like a platform in that sense. Too Much
Right.
Multimedia is a platform in that sense. That's hence why I'm doing Crown Siege the way I did it. So the one thing I noticed is like everybody swear they can put together a better battle. Like how many times we watch an event and we be like, oh, I would have put so and so versus so and so. So
Right.
instead of me just tweeting about it, I said, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm a book battle that I think is fire battle that the culture want to see. The temperature is right. The artists are right in the parts of their career where they need to have these dog fights. You know, I pay attention to all the analytical things. I don't involve with the politics, but I pay attention. So
Right.
the card got structured in a way where it's like, all right, these battles make sense for each opponent. There's no crazy gaps. Maybe there's one battle that seems very lopsided, but that's because there was some replacement issues going on.
Right.
And, you know, both parties agreed. But other than that, all the battles are fair in the sense of like skill level and what they do and where they at in their careers. You know what I mean? Like when you look back at all the historical moments, we could talk about Chilla and JC to right now. We could still bring that battle up, watch it, and we could break down bars and enjoy that battle. Why? Because it just had that feeling to it. So both of them was hungry. Both of them came fully energized. No chokes, no stumbles. Bars was on points. The character was there. The charisma was there. They showed what they came to do. And a lot of these, I hate to categorize them as low, mid, and top tier, but a lot of the up and coming guys have that hunger. So I'd rather work with them. I'd rather give them the dog fights because they're gonna create those moments that in 7, 8 years, somebody gonna be like, oh, you ain't see Dre Majesty versus Dollar? Oh, you ain't see Foots versus Sniper? Oh, you ain't see, KCJ versus, like, you know what I mean? You gotta I kinda look for those moments when I'm thinking about booking a battle.
Okay. All right. So when you got in tune with the current form of battle rap, how it is now, right? Like, was it the DVD era? Was it the YouTube era? Was it the
DVD.
DVD era?
Of course,
Okay.
DVD, man. I'm from the T-Rex battling Uncasa era, man. I'm from Fight Club, man. I'm telling you, Serious Jones, before these guys was hot, Serious Jones was wilding back in the day through Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm from that era. And then, like I said, I kind of went away for a little minute, and then it turned into like the DVD era. So when I came home, I came in like, that era was kind of fading out, and I forget what they call the era after that. Like, the John and all of that. Like I kind of came back in that era. Hitman and them was just like they were the new guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I came back into it in that era.
That's the
And then
URL era.
right, so I kind of came back into the URL era, you know what I mean? Which was fire. Like I caught a lot of the fire moments, you know what I mean? I caught the Arsenal and Twerk. I caught a lot of crazy battles. I caught, you know what I'm saying, JC and K Sean and all them type of battles, right? And then I kind of faded away because I was still trying to do music myself. So I was doing like regular music. So I kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And then my nephew one day was like, he battle raps and he was like, yo, I'm about to battle XYZ. I want you to come, check me out. So I'm like, all right, let me go to support Neff. And I went and I watched them battle, and it kind of just opened the door right back up. Like, let me go look at the battle. And he was like, man, what was the last battle you saw? And he was like, man, you missed. And he just gave me a list of battles to go watch, but there was a lot of people I never heard of. He's like, yo, you got to watch this guy. He's fired. So he kind of got me back in tune with paying attention to new artists. So I got back into it.
Got you. All right.
All right. So, who was your favorite rapper?
My favorite rapper, battle rapper, or like industry artist?
Industry artist. I want to hear that.
Nas.
Okay. So, who was your favorite battle rapper?
My favorite battle rapper. I don't have like one individual over, so I got like a group of people I always go to. So that's gonna be Bill Collector, JC, Loaded Lux, Surf, O-Red.
Okay.
Those are like my go-to. I ain't betting against them. I don't care who they battle, unless they battling each other. You know what I mean? Which is fair game. But I just don't go against them. Like those guys, just for me, they do everything well when it comes to what they bring to the table as far as battle rap. You know what I'm saying? O-Red was the first ever belt winner, the first ever Cody. And I just feel like a lot of people just kind of just forget that sometimes. And, I just hope he keeps coming outside and getting some more plates. He ain't got to get bigger plates. He solidified. He put enough work in. But I just like to see him active. So I like when I see O-Red outside. You know what I mean? Bill Collector stay active. Bill was always outside. JC is active. He's outside right now, crazy. You know what I'm saying? Twerk is active. We see what Twerk got going on. He got Lux and then Easy right after. So, right now it's looking good. It's looking good for my team. Lux is outside once every 4 to 5 years, but that's okay.
No,
He can do that. He can do
That's
that.
a fire team.
Okay. All right. So on the back to the production and behind the scenes side of it. How important is the battle sound and visual quality?
Oh my goodness, you trying to turn this
In the
into a
grind.
whole therapy session, huh? All right, so
Listen, let's get to it.
if I'm gonna be 100%
On the grand
honest,
scale with the whole experience for the
if
for
I'm
the
gonna be
fans.
100% honest, the
Mhm.
audio is almost more important than anything, right? Because I can listen to a battle and I don't have to necessarily see it. But if I'm looking at something and I can't hear it, it's completely garbage for me. I'm just turning it off. If it don't look good, but it sound good, I still can listen to it. I don't have to watch it. I might turn around. I might sweep the floor or do something else, but I'm listening. I can hear it. It sound good. So for me, the audio is like slightly above the visual in my order of importance. I'm going audio, visual. And then when I say visual, that's really lights, because the cameras nowadays do so much of the heavy work. You ain't got to do too much with the camera. You just got to know how to use lighting properly, and set your audio up. So I ain't trying to brag in that, but I don't really have lighting and audio issues. The issues I always ran into was like stream issues, internet issues, and things like that, right? So, but the audio is my most important attribute. I'm going for audio first. My lighting, the camera's gonna look good. The settings are damn, it's set it and forget it. So it ain't like I gotta figure it out every time. I turn the camera on, I set my lighting, I check a few settings, and I'm off to the races. So, but yeah, the audio is what I focus on most, making sure I get good audio levels coming into the camera. So I ain't got to do a whole lot of fighting with it. And and we're in an era where everybody wants everything immediately. Look, we got main events dropping the next day. So like we at a fast pace, everything is moving quick. So if I got to fight with audio and do all this extra editing, if it's a paying client that has a certain turnaround time, I want to be able to meet that deadline. So making sure my audio is set great when I'm filming is just one less thing I have to worry about once I get to the editing table.
Okay. All right, so let's get into the management side, right? How long have you managed artists? What's your company name?
So
And who
everything I
are the
do,
artists?
all right, so interesting, right? Let me see. Bandit Montana is the only artist I technically manage. And I've been managing, I could say, all of about, I don't know, 90 days now.
Gotcha.
So it started, I'm gonna tell you how, quick story, I ain't gonna make it long-winded. So um a lot of people like I'm not gonna say like they call me for advice or things like that, but I can say like the people I have met in the industry, in the culture, in the battle industry, and things like that. When we talk, it's always like this a general conversation, and it always turned into like, hey, what would you do in this situation? So, um, obviously I know who Bandit is. I have never met him prior, you know. I seen him at some Gates events and things like that, but it's high and by. But we never really like spoke. So I was talking to another artist. I was working with him. I was about to try to see if I could figure something out with him. It didn't quite pan out eye to eye, no malice, but we just weren't going in the same direction at that point in time. So I just happened to be talking to Bandit about, when I was booking him for him versus Coach. So we was talking about it, and it was like the battle was been booked, like it was weeks after. So we just happened to be talking again, and I'm like, yeah, man, I wish artists would listen. Sometimes they just need to listen to somebody that's on the outside that's seeing things differently. Like y'all writing and y'all rapping, you in the moment, you in your feelings. Like sometimes these artists just don't listen. They would get a lot further if they learn to listen. He's like, that's my problem, man. I don't have nobody that's gonna tell me the truth. So me and Bandit just started chopping it up. And then by the end of the conversation, he's like, bro, you would be a good manager. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't got the patience for that. He was like, nah, bro, I'm telling you, yo, you mad smart. Like, you know what you're talking about. You in the game. You film. So you know what to look for. You know how to listen for bars. Like, you'll be good. You'll be a good manager, bro. He's like, I'll let you manage me. I'm like, really, huh? So it kind of just like from a conversation to like, you know what? Let me think about it. Let me figure it out. So then we had another conversation. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So the way I structured it, I won't say everything that we discussed, but the way I structured it, I made it kind of like it's a one-stop shop if you fuck with too much multimedia. It's a one-stop shop. So there's nothing you have to outsource. And no shots at any other management team or company, but it's almost like don't scale it. No, don't frown your face. Don't do that. Don't scale it because you got to look at like, I could do music videos. I could do. It's so many things I can do in house that you got to pay for anywhere else. So it's kind of like I'm very selective with who I work with because now I realize I'm gonna have a bunch of leeches just trying to like, oh, I can get this, I can get that, I can do. He's doing events, I can get battles here and there. So I'm trying to avoid that. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of selective who I rock with, you know what I mean? And he just happened to be the first person. He's from Jersey, so I'm always gonna support Jersey. And we just was on the same page. So it just made sense. So shout out to Bandit and believing in, the things we discussed.
We
And
claim him
I got
too,
it.
yo. He a Baltimore nigga now too, yo.
Yeah, don't you putting his business out there. Don't do that. Yeah, nah,
What you
he
mean? I
out there with
interviewed him down
y'all.
the street, yo. You
I
feel
know.
me? Like,
He out there. He out there right now. I was just talking to him a little while ago. He probably outside waiting for you to say something crazy. Bandit. Like Bandit, they talk crazy about me, man. Pull up on them. You know what I mean? You know, he says he says twos like y'all now. He ain't from Jersey no more.
Facts, you all right? I told you, yo.
Yeah.
4
I'll
chicken
be there
boxes.
at
That's
2.
all you need. 4 wings
I'll
with
be
fries
there.
4 times. You're a Baltimore nigga.
I'll be there at 2. So that's kind of how it started.
Right, yo. Like, look. Wait till I find out some wild shit y'all Jersey niggas say, yo. You never gonna hear it.
Oh man, we say some of the wildest things ever.
I ain't like
so again, like now back to the Bandit thing, right? So I kind of like I'm very like I'm not rude, but I'm kind of like a direct person. So like I was like I asked Bandit to rap one day. We on the phone, we talking. I'm like, bro, man, let me run that round, and he like, oh, and he started rapping, right? So I'm like, all right, that's all right. He in the pocket, right? Okay. So when he done, I'm like, that's it. Like that's the type of person I am. It was fire, but I'm not gonna tell you it was all that fire, because then you might let your foot off the pedal a little bit. Like, you might have to go back in and tighten that up, bro. Like, I don't know. It was like 3 or 4 bars out of them 60 I wasn't feeling. Like, I say shit like that. You know, he'll laugh or whatever, but he just has that drive right now. He has something to prove. And I just feel like we both in the same boat. Like, I don't have nothing to prove to anyone. It's just I have something to prove to myself. I set out to accomplish a certain amount of things, and I'm gonna get it done. And he wants to accomplish something with where he's going in his career. So I was like, all right, well, let's work together and let's get it done. So he got some things lined up. He got like 3 battles already lined up next year. Like he got some fire coming up. So, you know, we working. You know, I like to do things in advance. I got another event. Well, we'll talk about the other event after we get in the Crown Siege.
All right, let me ask you this though. As a manager, what do you feel like your responsibilities to your artists are?
Okay, so this is where what most people do and what I do might be different. So, so for me, it's like a manager's. I look at what I do in my day-to-day job, right? Because I did some management work at my job, right? So I was responsible for a plethora of things. Now, I'm not going to manage your life. And some people think that that's what you're going to do. They think you're going to manage their life. No, I'm here to help manage your battle rap / music career. That's it. That's it. I'm only here to manage that. Meaning, I keep things organized and neat for you so you can focus on doing the music. I keep the scheduling. I can handle the contracts. You ain't got to read them. I'm going to read them. That's what I do. I did it for my day job. I dealt with contracts every day when I ran the HVAC company I was managing. So reading contracts, negotiating with people was something that was in my warehouse. I do it for my day job. So doing it on my side business or doing it with my personal business ain't no different. So those are the things that I'm already good at. So you ain't got to focus on that. You know, you can focus on being creative and doing your content and keeping your engagement up on social media, all the things that you need to do to help push this, because it's a 2-way street. You can't just sit back and expect a miracle to happen. So, you know, I just kind of make that clear from the rip, like, yeah, I'm not managing your life. You know what I mean? I can't tell you when your 3rd baby mother doctor's appointment is. Fuck out my face. You know what I mean? I'm not off none of that. So I'm just being honest. I'm never gonna ever do no shit like that. So for 2 reasons. One, I ain't got the time to do it, and my wife ain't going for that shit. What? Manage what? Like, all right, they do music, all right, cool. You know, that's the real boss. She the boss of the company. You know what I mean? I'm just the face of this shit. You know what I mean? So it just gotta make sense for me all the way around in totality. You know what I mean? So I like a lot of artists. I will add people to the team. But I'm also thinking on a global scale and I see the bigger picture. So yes, I do manage Bandit, but I also added a social media talent. So I got Big Lou on the team, you know, so he does the spaces. He's always, I don't want to call him a blogger or nothing like that because he don't call himself a blogger. But, you know, he's in the loop. He's in the mix. He's at events. His voice matters. When he talks, people listen. He got jokes. You know, he gets a little heat for some of his opinions. All the things that we watch other people do, he does. So I'm like, I need somebody that's going to do that and build with me. So we had a conversation and he wanted to accomplish some things. And I'm like, well, I can assist you with that. And there's some things I need help with. So, you know, let's work together. So, you know, we got our spaces every Sunday, 10 a.m., Spot and Lou. You know what I mean? So he's on the team. He does all the creative control side as far as social media and conversations and he might be doing some interviews and things like that pretty soon with artists. So we got that. And then I also linked up with Polo, created by Polo. Now, a lot of people don't know who Polo is. And a lot of people don't know how long Polo's been around. They don't know what Polo's done. So I linked up with Polo, and we now, he's on the team too. He's too much multimedia. He's now, creative director over here in charge of all the graphics, the visual effects, and all that going on. So everything moving forward be all created by Polo. He got his own logo. He dropped it. We working over here. So even with that, like both of us have busy day jobs. Our careers are great, outside of battle rap. We blessed in that sense. Polo's a very he don't really want to talk to too many people. He's not like the social butterfly. So it's like he's like, bro, I just it's certain things I just can't, get around to. And I'm like, all right, well, I already do these things. So again, there's certain things I want to accomplish and certain things he wants to accomplish, and it just makes sense for us to work together and get it accomplished. So all the people that I work with, we all have a common goal. It revolves battle rap in some sort of way, or regular music, or anything else in that art form. You know what I mean? I'm open to suggestions. One of my events next year won't be all battles. It's gonna be one event's gonna be mixed. We're gonna have some gonna be on beat, some gonna be acapella battles. Then I'm gonna have another one that's gonna have a karaoke element. So it might start with 2 hours of karaoke. Then we might go into like 3 or 4 battles. Then might end with another 2 hours of karaoke, something like that. Because I got other people that want to do things that just don't do battle rap. You know what I mean? So my events will be multi-purposed. You know what I'm saying? I might have a comedy show, one event with just one battle. You know what I mean? I might have one battle and have 4 comedians. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be different things.
When we get off of here, yo, I want to have a conversation with you about a couple of things, because it's some ideas that I had that went, like they were good ideas. People was with it, but they just couldn't get to the finish line with it.
Right.
And I feel like with what you're trying to do, you might be able to take them ideas and make them come to life, though. So we're gonna chop it up about that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's a real dope concept. It's a real dope idea. I think that Polo Paul kind of was trying to do something like that with the White Rhino Paul.
Yeah, shout out to Polo. Now, I like what White Rhino was doing. And him and shout out to my boy Prezi. Hello, the Feng Shui Room. They got an event coming up in October. I'm privy. I pay attention, bro. I'm not the big headed guy that's I'm outside. I'm actually gonna film that. You know what I mean? R.I.P. Mama Prezi and all of that. You know what I mean? So, I'm outside, man. I'm working. I'm trying to stay active as well. The cameras is ready. I upgraded the arsenal. I got a couple of shooters now. How many angles you need? We got it covered. So, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? It's exciting. You know what I mean? I done did a couple of things that I learned a lot in a short period of time. I'm a student. I'm going to learn something. Every time I step outside, I'm trying to learn something. So I'm putting all this information to work immediately. So I didn't skip the line. I've been around as a fan. I just learned what I needed to learn. I got in and put it to work.
Thanks. Hey, yo, while we got you up here, though, you got something real dope coming up. You want to talk to the people about it, yo? I know we ain't gotta make you talk about it. You feel me?
November 15th. They used to say to be purged. Nah, we siege. Roselle, New Jersey, Crown Siege. Now,
I see it.
There's don't ask me for no predictions because then they're gonna be mad at me. I can't do that.
No. We're not gonna do that. But that's what I want to do, though.
I will. No, there is some I will semi give a prediction on. Dre and Capo.
Oh man,
that's gonna be one hilarious battle. But and I promise you though, wait till after this London. Wait till he get back from London, man, because he already sending me stuff, man. Dre better load up his gun. Pause and for all that necessary for the young guys. Dre better get ready because Capo on one, man. I'm telling you right now, Capo is on one. So that's gonna be a fun battle. There is a battle on this card that is no longer going down. I guess I'm gonna get that exclusive because nobody knows until right now. So the Mallory and Eon battle will not be going down.
What?
Yeah, that won't be going down. On this card, it won't happen. I'm pretty sure it will happen at some time. If I can spin the block and get it on my February card, I will definitely run it back. but it was no faults of either person. It was a misunderstanding, and I'll just take the full blame. It was a misunderstanding on my behalf, and I didn't move fast enough to get it locked, secured, and I misinterpreted a message that it was already locked and it wasn't. So I'll take the blame for that. I misunderstood some things, and I put the flyer out, and I did all that. And even Mallory's been promoting, and both of them actually retweeted the flyer, so they wasn't being shady or nothing like that. So it was all love, but it didn't work out, and the dates and things didn't work out. So it's all good. Um, I wish I definitely could have kept the battle on the card because that was getting a lot of love. But I'm not going to hold information and wait till 2 days before and then announce it. That's kind of it's not fair to people. Somebody might want to travel for that, or they might would have only paid for it just for that. And I'm gonna put it out there so they can make the right decision. So so that's the only one that won't be going down. I was gonna go and make a replacement, but I'm not a fan of just like throwing things together last minute just for the sake of it. So I said, you know what? I still got 8 battles. I'm just running with 8 battles in there. It's still a full
last
card.
minute, bro. You still got like 2 months. I'm still getting calls for battles next week.
Oh no, see, see, I don't do mine like that. I'm strategic, bro. This is chess for me. So I'm booking battles for February, like now. You know what I mean? Because I want to solidify my dates for the people I want to work with. So, and everything I do is on paper. It's all contractual. I don't do word of mouth deals, and everything's on paper. I have to make it make sense, right? So, I'm booking February event now. I'm just like I'm slow rolling it. But once November 16th come, I'm already probably gonna be full throttle in the February's event. Just 'cause I like to stay ahead of the game. I already know for a fact I'm doing February, I'm doing May, I'm doing August, I'm doing November. Every year. It's never gonna change. Those are my 4 months. I'm doing my events, and that's just how that's just the way it makes sense for me at this time, and I'm gonna do it like that. So the original plan, I was going to do all 4 of the events in New Jersey just to kind of bring some love back to Jersey. But then I thought about it and I was like, nah, I got to move around a little bit. So I'll probably do 2 in Jersey and 2 on the road. So more than likely, May, I'm probably going to do New Orleans because I've never been there. In August, I might do Vegas because I've never been there.
That's fire.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it like that. And I'm going to do 2 home games and 2 away games for 2 much multimedia events. And then whatever I do, we might do another Apollo type event with TB, whatever that might be, Houston or wherever we do something crazy. I'll do that with them, because that's the family, that's the home team. So it's always big TBL on my end. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just how it go. Nothing too special, man. I'm just out here working.
Thanks. So I want to shout out the rest of all the battles on the card. We got Crown Siege.
We got Holmesy versus Wusa.
Oh, hold on now. Let me stop you right there. That battle, right? That's going to be a very interesting battle for obvious reasons we ain't even got to say, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be one to watch. Actually, now, before the flyer had Dre and Capo on it, they were originally on the card and then they were off the card. So Wusa and Holmesy was going to be the co-main event. The original main event for this card, I designed this card around Justice and Texago, if I'm being 100% honest.
Oh, shit.
That was the main event, the Rookie of the Year battle. And Tex is doing promo and, throwing shade at Justice or whatever. But and if I'm being honest, the original date was the 8th, November 8th. And yes, Justice and Tex signed the contract with no problem. And it was signed for the 8th. When I went to lock in my venue, the owner gave away the 8th and only had the 15th available. So I had to take the 15th, or that would have took me out of the month of November. And I didn't want to do it in any other month. So Justice couldn't do it because he had prior engagements for that weekend. So he didn't back out of the battle. You know what I mean? He's still contracted to do a battle. He's still willing to battle. He still want rec. He just couldn't do that date. And I wasn't changing the entire event to, you know what I mean? So I said, no, bro, don't worry about it. February, we just going to spin the block. Oh, wait, I got you. You know what I mean? So he was ready to willing and able. He wasn't, he wasn't ducking no smoke or nothing like that. Tex could run his promo and all that, but it was a date issue. And yes, Tex was right. He definitely signed the contract, and he didn't back out because he was ducking. He clearly stated he couldn't do the 15th. So that's how Tex op got switched, and it dropped from being the main event And I just kind of started rearranging some things at that point because I kind of had it structured. I had some other battles that could have went on the card and things like that. So a few things have changed since the beginning of me booking this event.
Right.
Even the main event, but I ain't gonna say that because I ain't with the messy stuff. You know what I mean?
No, gotcha.
All right, we got Foots versus KD.
Oh man, that's the one that everybody's telling me is they telling me that's the one that's gonna make my YouTube jump.
No,
That's what the
facts.
people is telling me. Because and
No,
let me say this too, so for people to understand, right? That because like I have a good job. I'm cool, right? You know, everybody's cool, right? I'm not doing this for money. I don't like when people try to paint the picture that people jump in this. They think people jump into doing battle rap stuff. They think it's like a big money grab. They think it's a
Thanks.
boatload of money you're making. I'm making $0 off this. Every artist has been paid. Every artist got paid. I'm asking nobody to rap for free. I provide a lot of. I accommodate the people well. I don't put them in shitty hotels. You know, I'm not that type of person because I'm not going to a shitty hotel. I've been booked to do an event and I didn't like the hotel and I went and booked my own hotel. Like that's just me. Call me whatever you want. So I'm putting my people where I would want to stay. All my artists eat. You don't have to buy no food in my venues. Why? You coming to perform, you eat. I'm not charging none of the artists for food. That's just me. You know what I mean? So I operate the way I operate. You know what I mean? And when the people leave the venue, they're gonna be like, oh nah, see, that was comfortable. I'm an HVAC technician. I deal with comfort all day. So, and my venue is based off comfort. It has to be comfortable for the people. Because when people are uncomfortable, they complain.
exactly.
And if they comfortable and say the battles ain't all that fire, they ain't gonna complain because they was comfortable all night. The battles is fire and you're comfortable, all right, they're gonna run to
Yeah.
YouTube. So I got 113 subscribers on my YouTube page. So if you watching this, I would appreciate if you would like, subscribe to the YouTube. But I settle that to say I'm not making no money off no YouTube drops or none of that. If I make money off pay-per-view sales, kudos. If I make some money at the door, kudos. It'll just reimburse me what I paid the people. So it's not about that, right? I want moments, man. I want moments when people could go and look at these battles 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I want somebody to say Spot gave us that. That's my goal. It's not about the money. You know what I mean? So I don't want people to think that. And I treat my people good. Ask anybody on my card. Can't nobody say they got slighted. Nothing. You know what I mean? I negotiated with everybody. We made it make sense for every party. And you know, and it's gonna be a good event. So I'm excited, man. Who else we got in the car? Because I can't remember. There's too many people. Who we got after?
All right, so we got Bandit Montana versus Coach. I
All right,
think
well, you
this
know I
is
got
a
to go
good
with my artist, man. Believe it or not, you know how many people DM me and was like, "Yo, why you book that battle?" I said, "Watch and see." That's it. Watch and see. They do similar things, right? And I'm
X.
not gonna sit here and say Bandit is this far above Coach or Coach is this far. So they're in the same ballpark, right? And they both need a fight. Like nobody needs to walk in the park, right? And let's just be real. Coach trolls and talks crazy shit. Bandit talks crazy shit. The promo's about to be crazy. They both got battles coming up. So respect to their battles. I tell them artists, man, don't mix your promo. That's cool. We in November. You got other things. Take care of that. Handle that, and then we're gonna lock in. So I already know what Bandit got up his sleeve for Coach. So it's about to be lit for Coach, man. Coach my boy though. You know, I mean, I had Coach on my point proving card. You know, Coach is very easy to work with. He's a real cool dude. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna work with the people that show me love. KD, super easy to work with, bro. I mean, he was one of the smoothest people to talk to and deal with negotiations and getting things ironed out and who he wanted to battle. And we talked about, you know, potential ops and what he's trying to do and his trajectory. Same thing with Dollar, same thing with Capo. I talk to the artists. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to do. You know, where you trying to go? You know, the ones that don't have management. If you have management, I'd speak with the managers and we have that conversation. All right, what you trying to do with your artists? Where we going? What do you see happening? What type of ops you looking for? You know what I mean? Because I'm not out here giving out dream battles to every person, you know, that think they can rap. But like if it makes sense, then we could do something. You know what I mean? So I'm excited, man. Crown Season is gonna be lit. Um, but
This
my personal favorite battle on the card, which I think you might say next, my personal favorite battle on this card is Dollar Bill versus Dre Majesty.
okay.
I think that's going to be the one that shocks a lot of people.
Okay. That's fine. All right. Jay Moore versus Fate. I
Um,
think that's a good one.
and now let me tell you how that came about. Me and Fate were chopping it up. Fate was supposed to be on Fate was supposed to be on Point Proven. He couldn't get the time approved. Believe it or not, Fate was actually booked for Point Proven, right? But he couldn't get the time approved because what happened was he had off like 2 weekends that month already for battle event. He's like, damn, bro, I don't know if they're gonna give me 3 weekends in the same month. I'm like, just go for it, Fate. Just try. And he tried, and he was like, yeah, no. So he couldn't get the weekend, and I switched the op, and the other person, still got a good battle out the deal. And I was like, Fate, I got you, bro. We just gonna spin the block on the next one. So now we got the next one, and it was funny because it was like 3 different opponents for Fate. Like originally it was gonna be one person. I ain't gonna say the name because I might do the battle in the future. And that didn't work out. And then there was another person that didn't work out. And Fate was so cool about it. He's like, bro, man, like, if it don't work out, man, we'll figure something out later. And I'm on Twitter and I get a DM and Jay Moore DMs me, bro, call me. I call Jay Moore. He's like, yo, I seen something, man. I'm hearing some things about something you got going on in Jersey. He's like, yo, who you got for me? I'm like, oh, you want some rec? He like, yeah, I want some rec, man. Who want to play? So I throw a couple names out, and he was like, yo, what's up with Fate? I said, oh, you want to battle Fate? So Jay Moore he called him out, like, yeah, let me get Fate. So I hit Fate line. I'm like, bro, what you doing? He's like, I'm chilling. I said, yo, somebody looking for you. He go, who looking for me? I said, Jay Moore. He said, stop playing with me. I said, nah, I'm serious, bro. He just called me last night. He looking for you. He said, come outside. He's like, nah, bro, you serious? I said, yeah. He said, all right. And he hung up. I'm like, fuck, his phone died. And I call him back. I'm like, bro, what's going on with you? He like, oh, no, I'm locked in. And he hung up again. So I don't know if he meant like he went to work immediately or he had the Danny battle because this was like before. I don't know if he was, but he just hung up on me. And I ain't speak to him since, to be honest. I ain't talked to Fate since I told him that the battle was locked. And he just hung up. He said, all right, he hung up. So
Hey, yo, that's
I don't know.
crazy.
I don't know.
Locked
Jay Moore
in.
might
You
have.
locked
Jay
in.
Moore might. He better be up more than one. Cause Fate. I ain't speak to Fate since that was like a month ago, man. You might
Hey,
have.
yo, real
You
quick,
might
while
have.
we on the subject though of Fate though, shout out to Fate,
Yeah,
the
honestly.
commissions, artist of the month.
Mhm.
You feel
Right.
me? He put in a lot of work last month.
Mhm.
The month of August. I think he had like 4 battles.
Yeah.
You
Fate.
know what I
Fate been
mean?
cooking lately. He's cooking.
Went crazy in
Mhm.
all of them, whether you think he won them or not. You feel me? He went crazy in all his battles, main moments. He battled names. He was
Right.
active. He was making
Right.
noise. His name kept coming up in the conversation. So he
Yep.
got a cash prize from us, and he get free promotion from us for the whole month of September. So salute to
Okay.
Fate, man.
Okay. That's
For sure.
cool. That's cool. All right.
Definitely.
Just hit me on the side, and then we could probably see some, and I'll probably throw some extra for like. December's my anniversary month, so I might be generous that month, and then we could probably make the cash prize a little bigger for the artist of the month for December or something.
Oh, you feel
Fire.
me? Fire.
Fire. That's
Salute,
dope.
we appreciate that, gang. You feel me? All the proceeds go to the artist. You feel me? We donate ourselves. The whole commission donates.
Yeah.
Shout out
Right.
to Temp Check. He donated for September. So
Okay.
you know what I mean.
Yeah, he reached out to me too, man. I gotta tap in with him. He definitely reached out to me to show me some love. He was even like give me some suggestions, like certain ways I should do certain things on YouTube and things like that. So definitely shout out to him because
Big
I
shout
know
out to
who
him.
he is, but he's just like, yo, I see what you got going on. I like what you're doing, bro. Like, you need any help with anything, let me know. So shout out to Tim Check.
Big shout out to Temp Check, bro. All right, man. So hold up. What else we got? Did we already go with prayers and texts?
No. So that's the only replacement battle. Because remember, I just said the battle was originally Justice and Tex.
Right,
So
right.
after that, now Tex had a list. He did give me an original list, and it ended up with Justice being on it. And because some of the other people on his list were unavailable or battling other people on this card. Hint, hint.
Right.
He had some other people on his list. So Prez was another person that I was working with. Shout out to Doc when I was dealing with Doc, trying to line sign up for Prez. And the original battle fell through. And then it was like another battle that was being negotiated. And then when because Doc manages Justice, so he's like, hold up, like let's see if Prez can do the Tex battle, like see if Tex with that. I'm like, oh, Prez a little veteran, Tex a little new, you know what I mean? So I wanted the Justice battle was more of that rookie clash of the Titans, like I'm better than you, I'm the rookie of the year, and it's the All-Star game. Now let's see who had the better game. that's was the theme, you know, like Clash of the Rookies, Crown Seeds, like it just fits so perfect. And I was like, Perez has missed a lot of battles lately. He's had a lot of no shows, a lot of backouts. So he's like he needs some fights. And I believe, even though a lot of people are like, Perez a vet, Tex too new, he not ready for that. I think Tex is gonna come up in and show, you know, I'm here for a reason. So I hit him, and he was like, "Yeah, run it." Like he wasn't like, "Oh, you know, let me think about it, let me sit on it, let me," you know. He didn't. He's like, "Oh, Press Mafia, run it." You know what I mean? So he was with it. So, you know, it was no skin off his back. He wasn't, you know, shaking it. He wasn't nervous about it. He said, "Run it." So, you know, that battle got set up like that, and he already started his promo. You know, Tex on his promo game. Shout out to Tex. You know, one of the new guys that came out has some good showings, and his trajectory is looking good. He just got to keep performing at a high level, and you know, I think he'll be fine. I did try to book another battle involving Muwap. I couldn't get it on this card, and if nobody don't grab it, it's definitely going on my February card because I like the way Muwap is rapping. I got something for Lee L&D. I like Lee. Shout out to Lee. You know what I mean? So there's a couple of things I got already lined up for February that I kind of overbooked for November. And then I had a time frame issue with the venue, so I had to start removing battles. I originally had 13 battles on this card. And I had to start removing battles because it was like, all right, who can I roll over to February? Who's not, you know? So I was looking at scheduling who was like crazy booked. I'm like, all right, they probably could take a break off. Hey, you want to battle in February? Yeah, all right, cool. So I kind of like halfway got another card already scheduled out. You know what I mean? So I kind of work in that way, kind of stay ahead of the game. Then if I got backouts and all that, I'm already prepared.
All right, and we got Little Monster versus P Black.
Now that's gonna be if you're not familiar with anyone on the card, you will leave the card familiar with Lamonster and P Black. Those are like the guys that like people think they know or they kind of just finding out. I think this is one of those battles where both of them can both have standout performances. It doesn't have to be a one-way street. It don't have to be, oh, he lost, he got there. I expect both of them to come out on 10 and straight be fire, and it's going to be like a 50-50 split. You're going to have people saying, Monster 2-1, this one 2-1. I respect those battles. I like the debatable battles. You know what I mean? Clear losses are cool. Clear 30s are cool if it's a good battle. Like both of them are rapping. But when it's the chokes and stumbles and like the choppiness, and that's the reason for the 30, it's like, you know, it just lowers the replay value in a sense. But like, I don't have that issue for none of these battles. And I'm not saying it just because it's my card. I look at a bunch of cards. I'm like, oh, this battle's going to be insane. They're going to go crazy. You know what I mean? So I got a feeling that particular battle, especially if they pop the night, if I got them going first, like, hey, y'all up, they're gonna go crazy. They got to bring the energy and set the event off. Yeah, I got them setting it off high energy, and they might make the bar high that some of the people behind them, you know, gonna have uphill battle.
No facts, and the one thing that I like about this card is that a lot of these matches could have happened in a lot of places, but this is like even fighting rounds here for, you know what I mean? Like this.
And that's another thing. If you pay attention, I got Chicago, I got a little LA. I would have more LA because Justice was on it too and Fake. So I had LA on there. I got my Louisiana on there. You know what I mean? I got my East Coast on there. So I kind of wanted to make it like, all right, so besides Dre, Holmesy, and Bandit, and I did it like that intentionally. The original card was originally going to be like a them versus Jersey type of thing. Like I was just gonna get a bunch of people just to battle Jersey guys, right? And I couldn't pull it off the way I wanted to. So it kind of transitioned, dealing with Lou, Big Lou, like, hey bro, there's a lot of fire new battles out here that you should kind of get some of these battles. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. People want these battles. So now I'm in spaces listening to what the people are saying. Like I'm doing my recon. I'm like, all right, they really talking about this battle. They really saying they want to see these two people battle. So I started targeting what the fans are saying they want to see. And I've been getting a lot of good feedback from it. Like, finally, Dre Majesty and Dollar. Like, people want to see that. That was one of the most requested. When I got DMs from people, that was one of the most talked about battles was Dre Majesty and Dollar. Because so many people wanted to see it. So I'm like, all right, cool. That's going to be one that the people pay attention to. It's highly requested.
Fire. That's a dope battle. That's a dope battle. Style clash. You feel me? But they both high energy artists. Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna be a dope battle. It's gonna be a dope battle. You know, what I mean? The thing that I'm aiming for when I'm matching up two artists for a battle is, can we get a debatable classic out of this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like anything, like lineups ain't really that cool. You feel me? Like, of course, unless it's your artist and you trying to elevate them and you feel like you lining them up. You know what I mean? And, that might be a thing, but other than that, you really want good, solid matchups. You feel me? Like good
Right.
fights. Even for your artist, you want your artist to go in there and have a good dog fight and the views be crazy and all of that. So dope card, dope event, Crown Siege. Make sure y'all tap in, man. I'm gonna throw the flyer up there one more time.
Yeah, man. Ticket links in my bio. The early bird tickets is running right now. The early bird pay-per-view price is up right now. It's a regular admission ticket, and you have the all-exclusive ticket where it comes with alcohol and food.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Look, F Dot, what's your battle tonight on this card? Which one are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to Bandit versus Cook.
And it's funny because you said that on a tweet, like, "Oh, I like that battle. I like that battle."
Yeah, I really like
And it was
that
funny
one.
because most people was questioning it, and I'm like, "All right, I thought it was a dope. I think it's a good battle."
It's
So
definitely
I
a
think
good
they're gonna
battle.
shock people. They're gonna shock people for sure.
Facts.
No, facts. I'm not gonna front, yo. For me, it's the Foots and KD battle. That's the one I want to see the most,
Foots and
man. That's
KD, yeah.
the one I
now
want to
that
see the most.
now that has the most popular demand, right? So I would say it's even kill. It'd probably be that one and the Dre Majesty and Dollar both had the most requests. Those two, and then the one that kind of caught people left field, like, oh, where that come from, was the J Moore and Fate. Like, oh, J Moore and Fate, wow.
That's
Like,
a great
because
battle.
they're polar opposites. They punch, but Jay Moore got the way he delivered, and Fate is like rapid fire. So it's like that's gonna be very interesting to see how that plays out.
No, facts. But it's gonna be a dope battle. It's gonna be a dope battle. All right. Do you already have a name in mind for the next event?
I'm actually I probably have it figured out by the weekend. I got like 30 things on the page. I'm on my process of elimination. So I just like brainstorm a bunch and I start, chopping it down. But I think I got a nice one. The February one is a little tricky because this one is going to be split. It's going to be 4 acapella battles and 4 on-beat battles. So it gotta make sense. And this was kind of fire. I ain't gonna give away too much of it, but it's gonna be split 4 on beat. But the on beat battles is crazy.
Right.
The on beat
No.
aspect is crazy.
Now they on beat battle rappers or they like just
Yeah. On beat battle rappers.
okay.
Yeah,
Like we
on beat
tapped in,
battle
so I can
rappers.
imagine. I
Yeah,
don't want to
on beat
really ask too
battle
many
rappers.
questions.
Yeah, I'll fill you in on the blanks. It's on beat battle rappers, and then we're gonna do the acapella thing. And yeah, the acapella side is gonna be just as crazy as the on beat side. It's gonna be a smooth event. It ain't gonna be 10 hours because on beat battle rap is 2.5 minutes per battle because the beat stops, the battle stops.
Right.
So those battles are gonna go swiftly. That's about 20 minutes for those 4 battles. Say 30 minutes tops. And then the acapella might be 2 hours. So you figure it's gonna be a nice swift event. And that plays a part too. People ain't trying to stand up for 10 hours.
Fire. All right, man. So
What's your vision for TMM?
So the goal is, believe it or not, so I have my 11-year-old daughter. She's into like designing. She wants to she's like knitting and crocheting. She's cutting up all the goddamn clothes I buy her, trying to rework it and make something else. Right? And I ain't tripping. It's all good. I just throw it away when she cut it too short. I bought it, so what? My 6-year-old daughter, she thinks she's Alicia Keys and Beyonce. She wants to perform. And my son, he's like into coding and stuff, right? So, and then my daughter plays the trumpet. My son's learning saxophone. And like my youngest daughter, she sings all day. So when they see me working, they ask questions like, "Daddy, why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm editing." I'll explain to them what I'm doing. They're like, "You do it for fun?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like to do it, but it's a business, and I make money too." So like my son is like real big on the business side. He wants to know like Well, how much did you invest into this, and how are you making money on it, and how much do you charge for the events, and why'd you edit it like this? Why'd you use these colors? Like he's very inquisitive, right? And I like that because it keeps me on my toes and it keeps me thinking. So the goal is really like I just wanted to create something that when I get old and my kids can be like, oh yeah, my dad did this, and they learn from it. You know what I mean? Because again, I grew up watching a lot of people hustle and grind, so I got that hustle and grind in me, and I want them to, if they don't gain nothing else, I want them to have that. I could leave them a bunch of stuff. I could leave them money in a house, and I could leave all that to them. They don't have to struggle for that. But I want them to have that hustle mentality, like anything I want out of life, I can go get it. And too much is just my way of showing them because daddy did it too much, but in a good way. You know what I mean? So that's just the mission there. It's really just going to leave something behind for them to just pick up and run with it. They're in the era of AI. These kids in the future, you know. So when we get old and we start to slow down and can't keep up with technology, my kids will be well equipped, and I'll be comfortable knowing they're gonna be like, no, daddy, we got to do this. They're in control now. You know what I mean? I just want it to be a smooth transition for when I can't do it and they got to take care of me. I'm gonna make sure I set up where everybody's good. Yeah, I just make sure I'm straight. You know what I mean? So it's like an all around thing, you know what I mean, for the family. As far as the actual visuals, I just want to push the visual game, be creative, try some new things, bring some ideas to the table on the visual side, and just add on to what we already got. You know what I mean? So many people come and try to take from it, but nobody really wants to come and add on. So my goal is to come and add something creative, do some good things within the culture.
Dope. Well, Spot, yo, we appreciate you taking time to come up here and chop
Yes,
it up
sir.
with us.
I'm dog shit tired. I got to be up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm going to bed.
We gonna keep you up
I was
there.
about to go jump on Smack Twitch. You know, they got that face off, so I wanted to jump off a little early so we can go catch that.
Oh shit,
Yeah, they got that face off with Justice and Miggs and all of them for the
yeah,
Crucible. So
No,
I do want to go try to show them some love too.
no, for sure. Yo, real quick, you got any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to all my BMG people, Joey 9 F Dot, all my people down in the DMV, all my people all over Jersey, you know, big Jersey in the building, and all my people that support me now and that will support me in the future that don't know that you already are a supporter. I just didn't give you that content you like yet, but it's on the way, I promise you. Like, subscribe. Too Much Multimedia, Too Much TV is the YouTube channel, and we'll catch you next time.
You already, yo. And Crown Siege is going down, man.
Yes, sir. November 15th. Tickets available now.
All right, make sure you tap in, subscribe to the YouTube channel, but make sure you support the event though. You know what I'm saying? Like, pop out, get a pay-per-view. Even if you can't watch it at the time, watch it later, but support the event, yo. We all rock with Spot, yo. He shows us all a lot of support, yo. He does a lot behind the scenes. You might have had something to do with one of your favorite battles.
Yeah, I might have helped out with somewhere along the line. Tap in too, cause starting this Sunday 10 a.m. Probably every week leading up into the event, I'm probably gonna give out like tickets. I'm gonna give out some pay-per-views. I'm gonna just you know, that's what I do. So I'm gonna start giving out some pay-per-views and stuff. Probably have some trivias in the spaces. Just make something fun. Me and Luda's gonna have some fun, and we're gonna give out some stuff. So people tap in every Sunday 10 a.m.
Make sure y'all locked in, yo. And yeah, yo, fire interview. Dope story you got, you feel me? And I'm proud to be a part of, you feel me, that story now, you feel me? Like I could be like, yeah, yo, I was there when this happened. I was there when that, you feel me? Like whatever, you
And
feel me?
I want to say this is only my second interview ever, so you got like early TMM. Like I don't even do interviews, so that's like one of the first ones I've ever really done for real.
Yo, locked in, yo, and I appreciate that. You feel me? I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, after that, what you got coming up this week? Because you got some stuff going on, right?
Yeah, so I got Rex Ruger tomorrow at 8 p.m. I mean, at 8 p.m. Make sure you tap in.
Okay.
And then Thursday, I have a face-off with Mike Streets and Rio going
down. Okay, right. Shout out to Rio. VA / Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh, don't he about to get smoked this weekend? Ain't he about to get smoked this weekend? Oh yeah, he about to get Mr. Ruger.
Rex about to get smoked.
Shit.
Yeah, Dre Dennis about to put belt to ass. Come on, I'm from Jersey. Don't do that.
Come
on now, it's crazy.
Come on, I mean, fuck out of here, yo. We Iron and heavy on the group.
Dre Dennis about to put belt to ass, man.
Hey yo, this battle, this not like it just so happened to be happening battle. Like they've been going back
Now,
and forth for a
see,
little minute.
I'm familiar with Rex. I'm very not unfamiliar. I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I was just saying, man, Rex came to that man backyard, man. You don't really lose there, man. He might got like 3 losses in 900 battles at the gates. His winning ratio is very high.
I mean, so is Rex's.
We can't argue with analytics. Yeah, but
So
that's
is
like
Rex's.
20. That's like 20 to
But who
400.
who won it more though? Who won it more?
We'll see. Well, I won't see because I'm gonna be working. I'm doing that sparring session Supreme, Queen of the Ring Saturday. Yeah, I'm filming that.
Hold up. I'm gonna be at both.
I'm filming that.
Oh, okay, I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's all right. Look, you know by the
So I
time
won't-
that Queen of the Ring over, that
Yeah, y'all
gates
be they just gonna be starting that gates.
I'm telling you.
They just gonna be
Absolutely.
starting because the Queen of the Ring is early. It ain't like a late.
That's what
event.
I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
supposed to be
2
over
to
like
7 or
6.
something. Yeah, it's like 2 to 6 or something like that. It's perfect
Yeah.
for me. I love that. I love that
Look,
for me.
look, but the same day we gotta go ahead too. Punches over punchline.
Oh, that's yeah, y'all sleeping in the car. Y'all sleeping in the car. Y'all going New York, Jersey, and Philly. All right, so you going to Philly first. You come to Jersey last.
No, we
Absolutely.
going to New York first.
You have to come to New York first, but you going to Philly second and Jersey last. Gate to the Gardens is
Yeah.
gonna start like 11 o'clock.
Bro, I already know.
Facts.
And then both my guys main eventing.
Oh yeah,
So
so they're not
facts.
rapping till 1:30.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah, that's how it happens.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm cool on that. You know what I mean?
We rapping before that.
Shout
yo.
out
We
to
rapping
Gates.
before
Shout
that.
out to
No, we getting home like 5 in the morning this time, yo. Not 6, 7. We get home like 5 in the morning.
Oh, extra hour of not driving. Thanks, Dre. Thanks, Dre.
Hey,
Dennis.
yo.
Long as it's Sunday night.
yo.
I mean, not Sunday morning. Shoot.
No, yo.
Sunday morning.
But yeah,
All right,
yo,
man.
I'll
But
be
yeah,
back.
I'll chop it up with y'all all night, but I'm about to fall asleep now. I
Yeah,
gotta
gang. You
All right,
already,
man.
gang. We're tapping with you later,
Right.
spot. You feel
Yes,
me?
sir. But just
Salute.
I'm gonna DM you my number. Shoot me a text, Joey.
You already, gang.
All
Salute,
right. Enjoy the
salute.
rest of y'all evening.
Peace.
Same
Have
to
a
you.
good one.
Peace.
Hey, yo, make sure y'all locking with me. I'll be back tomorrow. I got B&B to Dawn. We're gonna be here on the Commissioner's Corner chopping it up. I appreciate everybody who tapped in. I appreciate all of y'all showing love, yo, and we will definitely tap in with y'all tomorrow on the Commissioner's Corner. And what we say over here after we wrap it up?
Spread love, not hate.
Peace, dumbass.
Nigga, do you know what it mean when I call you my brother? One of us not around, we go hard for each other. Both getting money now, but I was hard in the gutter. Remember smoking on the Nick in the park with each other? They been my brothers ever since we was children. And if it's beef, then we gotta go drill them, cause that's what fame do. They been my brothers ever since we was children. And if it's beef, then we gotta go drill them, cause that's what fame
we
do.
slide back before the blood dry. Gotta make the city bleed every time a cuz die. I'ma do for my brother what my brother do for me. While I pull up with that 30, let it carry, pull a 3. Loyalty over royalty, I eat who I starve with. This life thing a gamble, pay attention for card tricks. These rubber band shoe boxes started from small flips. Picture full of homies, we be banging, we all crips. Careful who you trust, the niggas move on their own time. These taking notes, why it's tapping that phone line. This should be a give and go. Federales listening, Silencio. Caught the homies slipping, really hated how they did the bro. But we slid back, be some of my closest homies. Pull up where your kids at, time to ride where your friends at. Niggas changing, man, these niggas changing. And niggas telling, gotta watch them, man, these niggas dangerous.
Nigga, do you know what it mean when I call you my brother? One of us not around, we go hard for each other. Both getting money now, but I was hard in the gutter. Remember smoking on the Nick in the park with each other? They been my brothers ever since we was children. And if it's beef, then we gotta go drill them, cause that's what fame do. They been my brothers ever since we was children. And if it's beef, then we gotta go drill them, cause that's what fame do. We in the streets, better pray for us. The trap wasn't made for us, but that shit made a way for us to have some money saving up. Cause mama need a new crib, my brother need some new tents. Need a couple blue strips, QPO for 2 bins. Asked to move remove a couple of enemies, lost a few friends. I be wishing that God to give me the blueprint. The devil in my ear telling me to buy a new grip and leave these little pussy niggas tight if they got loose lips. Winter time cold, nigga, but we
At a time when everybody claims king, you have to protect your throne, or your crown can be sieged. November 15th, Roselle, New Jersey. Crown siege. November 15th, Roselle, New Jersey. Only one can be victorious. It's wartime.
This Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Spot Shot 'em pulls up to the Commissioner's Corner for an exclusive interview with Joey 9 and F. Dot. Tune in as we chop it up about his upcoming battle rap event, managing battle rappers in today's climate, and much more. The Commission.
Gotta be the end of the world for God to come back. But we don't need you now. You own you. You can't treat me like I'm local. I'm global. You think